Hello, and welcome to another Stephen King book collection on YouTube. Alright, let's get rolling. First up, the first ever book I read of Stephen King's is The Gunslinger. This is the revised and expanded version, hardcover, and I must say this is Dark Tower, the first number one. And I gotta say, this is probably the best series I've read as an adult. Look at that. Awesome. And I'd say there's probably three series that are my favorite ones. And that's the first one being Narnia, Chronicles of Narnia, I read as a kid. And just amazing. Second one is Raymond E. Feist's Rift War Saga. And then this one, actually, I put it right up there with anything. This is book 2, The Drawing of the Three. And this is where most people think the series really picks up. I, however, found The Gunslinger to be awesome, and it really drew me in. I didn't think I'd like Stephen King and horror books or anything like that, which, I'm not really huge into horror books, but this one's really awesome because it's fantasy, and it sort of draws you into his other books because they're all connected. Like The Stand and It and all those, which I got into reading because of how much I like these books. I wanted to find out more about the characters and Randall Flagg and all those guys. And this is Stephen King, The Wastelands, book 3. And I thought this is a fantastic book. Just amazing stuff. The scope of the series is amazing. The quality of this is just incredible. They really did a fantastic job on these. And I actually bought these all paperback. The first 4 books I bought paperback. And once I finished the 7th book, I liked them so much, I went and bought all these hardcover while they were still available, because I got into it right when they re-released all these. And the 7th book had just come out. So this is book 4, Wizard and Glass. And this is most people's favorite book in the series. It, to me, is actually my least favorite in the series. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but I don't know. It's sort of like saying, it doesn't really have a bad book, but it's just the least interesting one to me. It's really interesting because they develop Roland's character a lot, but I just thought these other ones were a little bit better. This is actually my favorite book in the whole series, Wolves of the Calla. A lot of people don't like this book, but I thought it was just awesome. So a lot of people are Stephen King fans, I've noticed on YouTube, but they haven't read the Dark Tower series and don't understand, because to me, they're missing out on, the most interesting aspect of Stephen King, which is, all the connections and how creative a guy he is to make, this career he's had, which has been since the 70s, all into one cohesive story. It's just incredible. All right, here's book 6, The Song of Susanna. Cool stuff. Not the best cover, but whatever. Content's awesome. And last in the series, in the direct series anyway, is Dark Tower 7, The Dark Tower. And this is a big book, but just an incredible book. Some people don't like the ending. I really don't know how he could have came up with a different ending, so I think it's brilliant. Alright, so that's the end of the Dark Tower series, or is it? It is not. There's The Wind Through the Keyhole. This is his latest book to come out, considered Dark Tower 4.5, taking place in between Wizard and Glass and Wolves of the Calla. It's more along the lines of like Eyes of the Dragon than a real Dark Tower book, like the way it's written. But, it's really, really, really well written. Would you expect anything less? I don't think so. And, I don't know. I don't know where to file it in here. I'd probably put it on the end after book 7 because it's just kind of like an addendum. It's kind of my personal take on that. All right, next up is the first Dark Tower book, which is 2263. This one was really interesting and surprised me. It actually doesn't have that much to do with JFK directly. It's more about the main character and the relationships he finds throughout the story. And I think this is one of Stephen King's best endings of any of the books he has. A lot of times people don't like his endings, but I think this ending was just really, really well done. Okay, so that's all my hardback ones. Now I get just to the paperbacks. I have a bunch. Thinner. This is a Richard Bachman one. Pretty good. Christine. Roadwork. This one's probably my least favorite Bachman book. Just didn't do it for me. The Dark Half. This one had so much potential. It was really started off well. In the beginning, it was just really drew me in, but kind of fizzled out about halfway through. Nightmares and Dreamscapes. This is the last. Well, besides Went Through the Keyhole, is the last book I've read of his, and I was really kind of dreading it because I've heard a lot of reviews of it that weren't that good. It's a collection of short stories, but I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it got better as it went along. It's a good baseball story, nonfiction, about his son's, baseball team. It was really cool. Next up is Firestarter. I remember watching this movie as a kid, and it scared me a bit. But the book was decent, not great, but decent. Blaze. Reminded me kind of Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. I mean, it's kind of obvious with the smaller, smart guy and the kind of less smart, big guy. The Green Mile. Of course, most people have seen the movie. The book's pretty similar to the movie. Next up is Needful Things. That's the last Castle Rock story, sorta. Pretty good one. It starts off pretty slow, but towards the end it gets really good. 4 Past Midnight. The Langoliers is awesome. The rest of the stories are a little more hit and miss, but still worth reading. Gerald's Game. This one's been talked about a lot on a lot of people's channels. Interesting character study. Cell. Okay. Now we got Desperation. Really good book. It's a companion novel with The Regulators. This one, I enjoyed it. It's pretty fun. Skeleton Crew. Another collection of short stories. Has The Mist and some other ones. The Regulators. That's the companion to Desperation. This is Richard Bachman. I thought this is an excellent book. One of his better ones, I think. My favorite Bachman book. Just really surprising in how creative it is. Misery. just an awesome one too. I would say if someone hasn't read any Stephen King book, and if they're not really a fantasy guy, Misery is a really good one to start with. Just it's not that long, and it really shows his talents off. It's really good. The Colorado Kid, kind of short book. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty good. What can you expect? It's so short. It's pretty cool. Dreamcatcher. This one's really fun. Liked it a lot. I've read most of his books. I've read The Stand and It. I don't have them here, but those are two of his best. Also Salem's Lot. I don't know where I put these books, but those are just, awesome. Of course, everyone knows that. The Running Man, very good Bachman book. The Eyes of the Dragon. Fantastic stuff. The Dead Zone. Very good as well. Different Seasons. This has Shawshank Redemption, Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. The Body, which is Stand By Me. Apt Pupil, and one called The Breathing Method. If you're going to pick one novella collection, this is the one to get. Lizzie's Story. I have actually only read about 100 pages of this. I haven't finished it. Taken a break from it for a few years. Not really eager to read it. Didn't really like how it was, but I'll get there. I'm determined to read all of his books. So I'll get there. Maybe I'll like it more later. Bag of Bones, a fantastic book. Really surprised this one. I heard it was good, but still I was hesitant. But wow, what a book. And lastly, The Long Walk. This is another one I did not think I would enjoy much. I thought, I just don't know. This doesn't sound that interesting, but wow, this one's really pulls you in. Definitely worth checking out. All right. Well, that is all my Stephen King books that I have available. It's a fairly sizable amount. If you want to see a real man's Stephen King collection, check out Reamce's books. It's Reamce. He has the best fantastic collection. It's probably up there with Stephen King's personal collection. Seriously, it's that good. He's got everything. And he really detailed, so definitely check his stuff out. And all right, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.